Hot weather is definitely on the way, but well, we still got some rain chances to talk about too. So not your typical Texas summer weather forecast. Let's get into it in this Monday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Hi y'all, it's Monday, the 21st of July, 2025. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy and Chief David Reimer. I hope y'all had a excellent weekend. We did have a few pop-up showers and storms over the weekend, but for the most part, we enjoyed less active weather and definitely an uptick in temperatures, especially yesterday for sure across the state. It was a toasty one out there. As for what's going to happen over the next few days, well, we're going to see a pretty active monsoon pattern across western parts of the state. And then later this week, we're going to be keeping an eye out on the Gulf as we see a storm system move in towards the upper Texas Gulf Coast. It doesn't look like it's going to be a tropical mischief per se, but it does look to bring moisture and rain chances. Over the next couple of days, we are definitely going to see scattered showers and storms. Parts of the Panhandle, West Texas, the Big Bend, the northern Edwards Plateau, honestly, out into the Trans-Pecos, the Borderland, the Davis-Guadalupe Mountains. And some of that activity could produce locally heavy rain. We could get an inch or two of rain in spots, maybe a little bit more at times, but this is going to definitely be one of those hit or miss scenarios. We do note some activity may try to skirt east towards Kerr County at times, but that would be brief and on the eastern periphery of what we expect over the next few days. But El Paso, it's looking wet the next couple of days, so heads up. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, as always, when thunder roars, go indoors. Maybe an isolated pop-up shower or storm across parts of East Texas, Southeast Texas, the upper Texas Gulf Coast this afternoon, and again tomorrow afternoon, just like we saw yesterday afternoon. Texas wildfire forecast from the Texas A&M Forest Service over the next few days. Generally low to moderate fire danger. A little uptick up in the Panhandle to high on Tuesday as possible. It is worth noting we are starting to see a modest uptick in initial attack activity. We had a 100-acre fire southwest of Wichita Falls yesterday near the Holiday area. That is not out of the norm as we start to warm up and the grasses dry out a wee bit, and that is expected to continue over the next, week as we continue to warm up and eventually begin drying out. Out in the land of tropical mischief, we do have a lemon east of the Lesser Antilles, a low probability that is able to become a tropical system over the next 7 days. Otherwise, nothing in the Atlantic, Caribbean, or Gulf is expected to become a named tropical spaghetti-o situation over the next 7 days, including the system I alluded to in the beginning of this video, which we're going to talk about. Here is the European weather model. The upper level geopotential heights at about 500 millibars. That's usually around 18,500 feet above sea level, about halfway up the atmosphere at jet stream level. In the summer months, this is an easy way for us to see where that heat dome is setting up shop. The heat dome is an area of high pressure loft that acts to, let's actually use a complete sentence here without going into a stutter craze. The upper level high pressure creates subsidence, and that results in sinking air under it. And with that, the air is also able to heat more efficiently, and thus temperatures go up, rain chances go down, and it gets toasty, not only during the afternoon hours, but overnight warm temperatures are not able to drop off as much, and thus it's hot at night as well, which really can create an issue with heat illness. Over the upcoming several days, we're going to have a little weakness in that upper level ridging across the western Gulf and parts of southeastern Texas. That's going to allow that little system we've alluded to move west across the northern Gulf towards the Texas coast, bringing a surge of moisture and an uptick in rain chances to parts of southeast East Texas later this week. Otherwise, guess what? It's going to be hot across Texas. It's already hot. But going into the weekend and next week, this thing really builds in a very strong upper-level heat dome or high pressure across Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, southern United States. You can see the big, bad, very mad red blob of doom. That, ladies and gentlemen, would be your typical summertime heat dome, and that's when things can get toasty. And that would be the general expectation, by the way. So gear up, because it's about to get hot. Today's high temperature forecast across the state. Guess what? As I alluded to, it's hot. We're looking at mostly 90s to 100 to 103 degree temperatures across a good chunk of the state. Yeah, hot. And it's going to get worse as the week goes on. Here's the longer range European weather model taking us through the upcoming 5 to 7 days. You can see as we continue into the late week, that tropical system, that's not really a tropical system, but it has tropical moisture in the northern Gulf on Thursday into Friday, is able to shift west close enough to the southeast Texas area, upper Texas Gulf Coast, to bring the possibility of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Probably down the middle Texas coast, coastal bend. And then, depending on the extent of which this thing moves west, we may see some shower and thunderstorm activity into the Brazos Valley, East Texas. We'll fine-tune the details as we get later into the week, but a bit of a wet pattern may set up for some of y'all on the coast. Southeast Texas, East Texas, heading into Thursday, Friday, and perhaps Saturday. Again, this does not appear to be a named tropical system. This doesn't look like something that's going to go down the route where we have to worry about a storm surge, high winds, etc. But moisture, yeah, we'll get some moisture out of this and probably an uptick in rain chances for y'all. In addition to, that monsoonal look across West Texas, New Mexico, Panhandle, Permian Basin, that does look to also continue this week. So afternoon, evening thunderstorm chances, with dangerous cloud-to-ground lightning, locally heavy rain, at times maybe some microburst danger with very localized damaging straight-line winds as well. We'll keep an eye on it. So, we talked about how warm it's going to be today. Here's a look at the heat index, especially as we see plenty of moisture continuing across the eastern half of the state of Texas. Higher humidity means more heat index, or the what it feels like temperature. And you can see today we're looking at temperatures in that category above 105 degrees across northwest Texas, Texoma, North Texas, the Arklatex, northeast Texas, East Texas, especially along and east of Interstate 35. Houston, 106 to 108. Heat index this afternoon, about 105 Corpus Christi, 104 in McAllen, 104 to 106 Austin, DFW, up to Texarkana, Wichita Falls, could be 105 to 107. So definitely very humid this afternoon and evening. And that's going to continue this week, by the way, with those heat index values until we start to burn off some of the soil moisture. Those heat index values will remain high, along with the humidity values. On Tuesday, high temperature forecast is still looking like today, 90s to low triple digits. You can usually add 5 to 8 degrees to that, where we have dew points above 70 degrees across really the eastern half of the state of Texas. Notice out west, up mid-80s across the Davis-Guadalupe Mountains and the higher terrain there, along with the afternoon monsoon thunderstorms. 91 in El Paso. Heading into Wednesday, a few degrees warmer out in El Paso, 94. We're looking at mid to upper 90s, Panhandle, West Texas, Texoma, North Texas, the Arklatex, with some triple digits also expected, especially across the Rio Grande Plains, Edwards Plateau, South Texas. Thursday, triple digits, DFW, up 287, Wichita Falls, Vernon, Quanah, towards Amarillo. Triple digits in San Antonio, 98 in Houston with a heat index probably close to 108. 100 degrees in Longview, 104 in Laredo, 97 in El Paso. And guess what? Friday, 101 in DFW, 100 San Antonio. We're getting up into the triple digits across the big country, the Concho Valley, the Permian Basin, even up into the Arklatex. And, of course, out into the Edwards Plateau. The southern Big Bend, y'all are going to be in the triple digits as well. We're looking at 100 to 102 in Sanderson, Fort Stockton, Pecos, and 99 in El Paso. Y'all may end up in 100 anyway. And for what it's worth, taking a look at the longer range from the Climate Prediction Center, hot across really a good chunk of the United States outside of the Pacific West Coast. Guess what? It's summer, and it is going to feel like it as the hottest weather so far this year continues to arrive this week, this weekend, and next week. With that, precipitation chances, yeah, we might actually see a little bit of an uptick in those rain chances across southeastern Texas later this week, as I alluded to, with that surge in moisture. But otherwise, it looks like we may start shutting off monsoon rain chances across western half of the state to end out the month. We'll see, right? But at this point, no signs of tropical spaghetti-o mischief in the sense of a name system, which is good. But, of course, even pop shower and storm chances during the afternoon and evening can pose hazards with dangerous cloud-to-ground lightning, locally heavy rainfall that can cause some modest flooding issues, especially in urban areas, and, of course, heat danger with increasing temperatures in the day and night, bringing around the risk of heat illness. So we'll keep an eye on things here, but summertime has definitely arrived here in the state of Texas. We appreciate you tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be back tomorrow on Tuesday with your next edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. If you're interested, you can always stick around after this video and watch our 24/7 live stream with live temperatures, radar, satellite, music, audible weather warning, storm reports, all that. And, well, it's kind of nice to have on in the background, honestly. I enjoy having it on and listening to the music, so you're welcome to do the same. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all have an amazing Monday. Stay cool. And, by the way, if thunder roars, go indoors. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. God bless.